What is the invisible force that separates those who achieve from those who only dream? It is not talent, luck, or resources, but a quiet internal power, the ability to take cold, decisive action. This power is not a gift, but a skill forged in the fires of ancient wisdom. Why winners take cold, decisive action. Stoicism, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lessons 1. Clarity in moments of choice. Imagine a master sculptor standing before a raw, shapeless block of marble. To the untrained eye, it is just a stone. But the master sees something more. Within that rough block, he can already see the finished statue, the perfect form waiting to be liberated. His first decisive cut is not a guess. It is an act of profound clarity, born from his ability to see the potential reality within the chaotic present. This is the state of mind of a winner in a moment of choice. Yet, for so many of us, important decisions feel like standing before that same block of marble in a thick fog. We are paralyzed by an inner conflict, caught between a dozen different potential paths, each one shrouded in doubt and uncertainty. We fear making the wrong cut, and so we make no cut at all. This state of indecision is a debilitating problem. It is a form of mental paralysis that drains our energy, wastes our most precious resource, time, and allows opportunities to pass us by. We become trapped in a loop of overthinking, analyzing every possibility to death, until we are too exhausted and confused to act at all. This chronic hesitation is the very antithesis of the decisive energy that defines a winner. The transformative solution is the Stoic habit of cultivating clarity before the moment of action. It is the practice of clearing the mental fog so that when a choice presents itself, you are able to see the right path with piercing, unclouded vision. The core idea, drawn from the heart of Stoic wisdom, is that clarity does not come from having all the external information, but from having perfect internal alignment. It is about knowing your own values, your ultimate purpose, and what truly lies within your control. When you are clear on your destination, it becomes infinitely easier to choose the correct turn at any crossroads. This ancient wisdom feels alive today because it frees us from the impossible task of predicting the future and instead grounds us in the power of our own rational mind. To build this habit of clarity, you must first become the master of your own perspective. The first actionable step is to define your core principles. Take the time to write down the 3 to 5 values that are non-negotiable for you. Integrity, growth, freedom. This is your internal compass. The second step is to apply the dichotomy of control to every choice. Separate the variables you can control, your effort, your intention, from those you cannot, the final outcome, others' reactions. Make your decision based only on what you can control. The third step is to use the view from above. When feeling overwhelmed by a choice, imagine yourself floating above your own life and looking down. From this vast perspective, how significant is this one decision? This shrinks the fear and enhances clarity. The benefits of applying these actions are transformative. You will find that the anxiety and paralysis of indecision begin to dissolve, replaced by a calm and confident ability to choose and move forward. You will make better, faster decisions that are deeply aligned with who you want to be, creating powerful momentum in your life. Your call to action is to take one decision you are currently wrestling with, no matter how small, and analyze it using only these 3 steps. Define your values, separate what you can and cannot control, and take the view from above. Make a choice based on that clarity. This clarity is the necessary first step, for you cannot act decisively on a target you cannot see. But once the target is clear, a winner does not act rashly. He enters a state of profound inner stillness, gathering his energy for the perfect execution. We must now explore the vital habit of finding the calm before every move. If you are ready to cultivate this clarity, support our channel by liking this video and subscribing to Stoic Power. Lessons 2. The calm before every move. Observe a lioness in the tall grass, her eyes fixed on her prey. In the moments before she launches her explosive attack, she is a portrait of absolute stillness. Her breathing is slow and controlled. Her muscles are relaxed but ready. There is no wasted movement, no anxious twitching. This is not emptiness. It is a state of profound, focused calm. a gathering of potential energy before its decisive release. This is the calm every winner cultivates before a significant move. For most of us, however, the moments before a big decision or action are filled with the opposite of calm. We experience an inner conflict between the knowledge that we need to act and a storm of internal noise, anxiety, second-guessing, and a frantic, scattered energy that undermines our ability to perform. This lack of inner calm is a critical problem. When you act from a place of anxiety or agitation, your actions are clumsy, inefficient, and often counterproductive. You are like an archer trying to shoot in a hurricane. Your aim is thrown off by your own inner turmoil. This reactive, agitated state leads to mistakes, wasted energy, and a reputation for being flustered under pressure. It robs your actions of their potential power. The transformative solution is the Stoic habit of intentionally creating a sacred pause before every important action. It is the practice of entering your own inner sanctuary of stillness to gather your strength and focus before you release it into the world. This practice is built on the core Stoic idea of the inner citadel, a fortress of the mind that is immune to the chaos of the external world and the passions of the soul. The winner knows that the most powerful actions are not born from frantic haste, but from a place of deep inner peace and order. This ancient wisdom teaches us that true power is not loud and aggressive. It is quiet, centered, and immensely potent. By learning to access this inner calm on demand, you ensure that every move you make is guided by your highest, most rational self. To cultivate this essential habit, you must train yourself in the art of the deliberate pause. The first actionable step is to master your breath. In any moment of pressure before an action, take 3 slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Inhale calm, exhale noise. This simple physiological act has a profound effect on your mental state. The second step is to practice sensory grounding. Briefly bring your full attention to the physical sensations of the present moment, the feeling of your feet on the floor, the chair beneath you, the air on your skin. This pulls you out of anxious future thinking and into the power of the now. The third step is to affirm your intention. In that moment of calm, silently and clearly state the purpose of the action you're about to take. This focuses your mind and aligns your energy. The benefits of applying this habit will be immediately apparent in the quality of your actions. You will move through life with a new sense of grace and precision. Your decisions will be wiser, your communication will be clearer, and your performance under pressure will improve dramatically. You will develop an aura of calm, confident authority that others will respect and be drawn to. Your call to action is to apply this to a low-stakes situation. Before you send your next important email or make your next phone call, stop. Take your 3 breaths. Ground yourself in the present moment. Affirm your intention. Then, and only then, take action. Experience the difference in quality. You now have clarity on your target and the calm needed to aim. But there are still enemies within the gates that can stop you from ever releasing the arrow, the twin saboteurs of hesitation and fear. We must now learn the art of decisively cutting them away. We invite you to share in the comments how you plan to use the sacred pause this week. Your commitment will inspire others. Lessons 3. Cutting away hesitation and fear. Imagine a surgeon performing a life-saving operation. She identifies a diseased tissue that threatens the health of the entire body. With skill, precision, and complete decisiveness, she takes her scalpel and cuts it away. There is no hesitation, no second guessing, because she knows that leaving the diseased part will only allow the sickness to spread. This is exactly how a winner treats the internal diseases of hesitation and fear. Most of us, however, do the opposite. We live in an inner conflict where we allow fear and hesitation to fester within us. We know what we need to do, but we are paralyzed by the what-ifs. What if I fail? What if I get rejected? What if I'm not good enough? We allow these fearful thoughts to poison our will to act. This paralysis by analysis is a devastating problem. Hesitation is the rust that corrodes the machinery of action. Fear is the ghost that haunts our potential, convincing us that the safety of inaction is preferable to the risk of striving. This state of being ensures a life of regret, a graveyard of missed opportunities and unfulfilled dreams. It is the single greatest barrier between the person you are and the person you are capable of becoming. The transformative solution is to become the surgeon of your own mind. It is the Stoic habit of treating fear and hesitation not as valid advisors, but as diseased tissues to be swiftly and decisively cut away with the sharp scalpel of reason. This practice is rooted in the Stoic understanding of emotion. The Stoics taught that fear is not an external reality, but an internal judgment, a negative prediction about a future we cannot control. The winner understands this deeply. He knows that fear is just a story, and he has the power to stop listening to it. He chooses to listen instead to the voice of reason and courage. This ancient wisdom is profoundly empowering because it reveals that fear only has the power that we choose to give it. To perform this mental surgery, you must follow 3 critical steps. The first actionable step is to objectify the fear. When you feel it, name it and write it down. Drag it out of the shadows of your mind and expose it to the light of rational examination. What, precisely, is the worst-case scenario you are afraid of? The second step is to practice what the Stoics called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. Look at your worst-case scenario and ask, if this happened, could I survive it? Could I handle it? The answer is almost always yes. This strips the fear of its catastrophic power. The third step is to take one small, immediate step in the direction of your fear. Action is the antidote to fear. The smallest step starves hesitation and builds momentum. The benefits of this decisive mental habit are nothing short of total liberation. You will break free from the paralysis that has held you back. You will cultivate a courageous spirit, willing to take calculated risks in pursuit of your goals. You will build a deep, authentic confidence born not from the absence of fear, but from the regular practice of acting in spite of it. Your call to action is to identify one fear-based hesitation that is currently holding you back in your life. Today, not tomorrow, take the smallest possible step to confront it. Send the email, make the call, write the first sentence. Prove to yourself that you are the surgeon, not the patient. Cutting away fear gives you the freedom to act. But to act consistently and with power requires a deep underlying strength. This strength does not come from nowhere. It is forged day by day in the fires of discipline. We must now explore how winners build this unbreakable mental fortitude. If you found this lesson valuable, please like the video and subscribe to Stoic Power for more tools to conquer fear. Lessons 4. Strength through mental discipline. Observe the process of a master blacksmith forging a legendary sword. He does not simply pour molten steel into a mold. He takes the raw metal and subjects it to a grueling ordeal. It is heated in a blazing forge, pulled out and hammered relentlessly, plunged into water to cool, and then the entire process is repeated over and over. This cycle of intense pressure and recovery is what transforms brittle iron into hard, flexible, and unbreakable tempered steel. This is the perfect metaphor for how a winner forges mental discipline. Many of us, however, wish for the strength of tempered steel without being willing to endure the forge. We are in an inner conflict between our desire for great strength and our aversion to the discomfort of daily discipline. We want the results without the reps. This aversion to the process is a fundamental problem. It leads to a life of mental softness and fragility. Without the tempering of daily discipline, our resolve is brittle. Our focus shatters at the first sign of pressure. Our commitments bend when faced with temptation, and our will breaks when confronted with hardship. We remain raw iron, not a sharpened blade, incapable of cutting through life's great challenges. The transformative solution is to embrace the forge. It is the Stoic habit of viewing mental discipline not as a punishment, but as a daily practice of intentional, character-building pressure that forges an unbreakable inner strength. This habit is based on the core Stoic concept of ascesis, or spiritual exercise. The great Stoics saw life as a gymnasium for the soul, and daily discipline as the weights we must lift to grow stronger. They knew that character, like muscle, is built through consistent, voluntary resistance. The winner doesn't just have more willpower, he has a more practiced and disciplined will. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it gives us a clear path to strength. small, daily acts of intentional discomfort. To begin forging your own mental strength, you must become the blacksmith of your own character. The first actionable step is to choose your fire. Pick one small daily act of discipline that is just outside your comfort zone. This could be waking up 30 minutes earlier, taking a cold shower, or reading 10 pages of a difficult book. The second step is to hammer your will through consistency. You must show up and perform this act every single day, especially on the days you don't feel like it. This is how you temper your resolve. The third step is to value the effort above all. The goal is not the cold shower itself. The goal is to become the man who can willingly choose discomfort for a higher purpose. The victory is in the choosing. By embracing the forge of daily discipline, you will build a mind of tempered steel. Your ability to withstand pressure, to resist temptation, and to maintain focus will increase dramatically. You will develop a deep and powerful self-respect that comes from knowing you have the strength to command yourself. You become the sword, sharp, resilient, and ready for any challenge. Your call to action is to choose your forge. What is one small daily act of voluntary discomfort you can commit to for the next 7 days? Commit to it in the comments below. Start forging the man you are meant to be. With this newfound mental strength, you are now prepared to take action. But powerful action requires more than just strength. It requires a singular, unwavering focus. We must now learn how winners channel their strength into swift and effective action. Subscribe to Stoic Power and let's continue this journey of forging an unbreakable will. Lessons 5. Swift action with Stoic focus. Imagine a bolt of lightning in a summer storm. It does not hesitate. It does not second guess. There is a buildup of immense potential in the clouds, and then, in a single brilliant flash, that energy is discharged with absolute, swift, and decisive force. There is no wasted motion, only a direct and powerful path from intention to impact. This is the nature of a winner's action. Yet, for many of us, our actions are more like a sputtering candle than a bolt of lightning. We are in an inner conflict between our intention to act and 100 small distractions that scatter our energy. We start a task, then check our phone, then reply to an email, then get lost in a thought, our power dissipating in a dozen different directions. This lack of focused action is a critical problem. In a world designed to fracture our attention, scattered energy leads to mediocre results. When you give a task only a fraction of your focus, you produce a fraction of your potential quality. This leads to a frustrating cycle of being constantly busy, but never truly effective, never achieving the breakthroughs that come only from deep, uninterrupted concentration. The transformative solution is the Stoic habit of channeling your strength into singular, focused blocks of action. It is the practice of gathering all your mental and physical energy and discharging it, like the lightning bolt, onto one target, and one target only. The core idea here is that true productivity is not about multitasking. It is about monotasking. The great Stoics, like the Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who ruled a vast empire, understood that the key to managing immense responsibility was to give your full and complete attention to the single task in front of you, as if it were the last and most important thing you would ever do. This ancient focus is a superpower in our modern, distracted world. It allows you to enter a state of flow, where time seems to disappear and your best work emerges effortlessly. To cultivate this lightning-like focus, you must become a ruthless protector of your attention. The first actionable step is to define your target. Before you begin any work session, you must be crystal clear on the one specific, measurable outcome you intend to achieve. The second step is to create a focus fortress. For a designated block of time, perhaps 60 or 90 minutes, you must eliminate all possible distractions. Turn your phone off and put it in another room. Close all unnecessary tabs. Isolate yourself from noise. The third step is to work with intense, unbroken concentration until the time is up or the task is done. Then, and only then, do you allow yourself to rest and recharge. By practicing this habit of swift, focused action, the quality and quantity of your output will skyrocket. You will accomplish more in a 90-minute focus session than you previously did in a full day of scattered work. This effectiveness will breed a powerful sense of competence and confidence. You will become a finisher, a man known for his ability to execute with excellence and precision. Your call to action is to schedule your first Focus Fortress session. Block out 60 minutes in your calendar this week. Decide on your one critical target. And when the time comes, honor that commitment with the intensity of a lightning strike. Taking swift, focused action is how you make progress. But the world will not stop trying to break your focus. To sustain your momentum, you must build a powerful resilience against the constant barrage of external distractions. We must now learn how to become the lighthouse in the storm. If you're committed to taking focused action, like this video and share your focus target for the week in the comments. Lesson 6. Resilience against external distractions. Picture a solitary lighthouse built on a rugged cliff overlooking a stormy sea. For centuries, it has been battered by hurricane winds, lashed by colossal waves, and shrouded in blinding fog. Yet it remains unmoved. Its foundation is deep, its structure is solid, and most importantly, its beam of light never wavers. It continues its singular, focused mission, regardless of the chaos raging around it. This is the resilience of a winner's mind. Most of us, however, are more like small boats than lighthouses. We are in an inner conflict between our desire to stay on course toward our goals and the relentless storm of external distractions. A piece of gossip, a political outrage on the news, a negative comment online. These waves constantly crash against us, knocking us off course and breaking our focus. This lack of resilience against distractions is a chronic problem in the modern age. It keeps us in a state of perpetual reactivity, our attention and emotional energy constantly being hijacked by things that have absolutely nothing to do with our core purpose. This leaves us feeling drained, agitated, and frustrated, wondering why we never seem to make meaningful progress on our most important ambitions. The transformative solution is to build your own inner lighthouse. It is the Stoic habit of cultivating a resilient mindset that is indifferent to external noise, allowing your focus to shine, unwavering, on your chosen mission. This practice is built on the core Stoic teaching of classifying things as either within your control or outside of it. The news cycle, the opinions of others, the drama on social media, these are all storms that are completely outside of your control. The winner, like the wise lighthouse keeper, understands that it is futile and foolish to get angry at the waves. His job is not to stop the storm, but to relentlessly focus on keeping his own light shining. This ancient wisdom grants us the power to choose what we allow to disturb our inner peace. To build this resilient mindset, you must become the keeper of your own light. The first actionable step is to go on a low-information diet. Make the conscious decision to drastically reduce your consumption of news and social media that is irrelevant to your life and purpose. Unfollow, unsubscribe, and unplug from sources of negativity and distraction. The second step is to reframe distractions as tests. When a piece of gossip or a controversy tries to grab your attention, see it as a test of your focus. Smile and silently say, "No, my energy is reserved for what matters." The third step is to create a powerful why. Your resilience to distraction is directly proportional to the clarity and importance of your own mission. When your why is strong enough, it's easy to say no to the trivial. The benefits of building this resilience are profound. You will reclaim an incredible amount of mental and emotional energy. The constant anxiety and agitation fed by the 24/7 news cycle will recede, replaced by a calm and centered focus. You will find that you have far more time and attention to dedicate to your family, your health, and your most important work. You become the lighthouse, a beacon of stability in a chaotic world. Your call to action is to choose your first act of informational defiance. For the next 48 hours, commit to a complete fast from one of your primary sources of distraction, be it a news site, a social media app, or a video platform. Experience the clarity that emerges. With clarity, calm, discipline, focus, and resilience, you now have all the components of a winner's mindset. The final step is to integrate these habits into a single powerful force, a way of being that allows you to dominate your life with a new kind of energy. Subscribe to Stoic Power as we explore the final lesson on decisive energy. Lesson 7. Dominating life with decisive energy. Imagine a powerful river flowing from the mountains to the sea. It does not second-guess its path. It does not pause for permission. It moves with a relentless, decisive energy. If it meets a small obstacle, it flows around it. If it meets a great obstacle, it builds its pressure over time until it flows through it. Its destination is certain, and its forward momentum is unstoppable. This is the energy of a winner who has integrated the habits of a Stoic mind. This stands in stark contrast to the hesitant, tentative energy that holds so many people back. We are in an inner conflict between our desire for a great life and our fear of claiming it. We wait for the perfect moment, we wait for certainty, we wait for someone else to give us the green light, and so we remain stagnant, like a pond with no outlet. This lack of decisive energy is the ultimate problem that prevents a person from reaching their potential. Life rewards action, not hesitation. The world yields to the person who moves with purpose and conviction. By living in a state of indecision and passivity, we signal to the world and to ourselves that we are not serious about our own ambitions. We become a footnote in our own life story. The transformative solution is the final habit, to embody a decisive energy in all that you do. It is the conscious choice to stop waiting and to start moving, to become the river that carves its own path to the sea. This final lesson is the culmination of all Stoic practice. The core idea is that decisiveness is not a personality trait. It is the natural expression of a mind that has been trained in clarity, calm, discipline, and resilience. A winner acts decisively because his hegemonikon, his ruling faculty of reason, is in complete command. He is not driven by fear or passion, but by purpose. This decisive energy is the external manifestation of a well-ordered soul. To unleash this energy in your own life, you must make it your new way of being. The first actionable step is to adopt a bias for action. When you have a choice, err on the side of doing something. It is easier to adjust your course when you are already moving than it is to start from a dead stop. The second step is to make your decisions with conviction. Once you have done your due diligence and made a choice, commit to it fully. Stop second-guessing. Pour all your energy into the execution. The third step is to trust your training. Have faith in the clarity, calm, and discipline you have been building. Trust that you have the resilience to handle whatever outcome arises from your decisive action. The man who lives with this decisive energy becomes an unstoppable force of nature. He creates his own opportunities, he solves his own problems, and he shapes his own reality. He dominates his life not by controlling others, but by perfectly controlling himself. He radiates a powerful confidence that inspires action in everyone around him. This is the ultimate expression of a winner's mindset. Your final call to action is to choose one area of your life where you have been stagnant. Today, make one bold, decisive move in that area. Do not wait for the perfect conditions. Be the river. Start flowing. By embracing clarity, calm, discipline, focus, resilience, and finally, this decisive energy, you transform yourself from a spectator into the master of your own life. You become the winner you were always meant to be. The winner's edge is not found in the external world, but in the internal kingdom of the mind. By cultivating Stoic clarity, calm, and discipline, you learn to cut away fear and act with decisive force, transforming you into an unstoppable creator of your own destiny. Thank you for taking this journey with us into the heart of decisive action. If you found value in this guide, please like the video, comment with the one habit you will begin today, and subscribe to the Stoic Power channel for more wisdom to help you win at life.